Are you ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Valley. I am William Cockerill. I am missing my co-host, Dustin Black. Dustin, if you're out there listening, hello. I miss you. Wish you were here with me. But anyway, we're going to jump into another special edition episode, our film review episode of the 2026 Clemson recruiting class. This week's episode is on offensive tackle Leo Delany out of Charlotte, Providence Day High School. Leo Delany, big-time offensive line recruit, one of the guys we were chasing down. We were trying to beat out Michigan, Georgia, Tennessee. Tennessee pushed late for us to beat him out. So 6'5", 275, great size, great frame, especially for a senior rising freshman tackle. Has a lot of room to grow. We probably want him around the 305, 315 range, depending on how he holds that weight on his frame. Heads up, there's not too much film on him. There's a few of his some clips from his senior year and his junior year that we'll jump into. So this won't be a longer episode, but that does not dilute what kind of athlete that Clemson is getting with Delany. So I just want to go into this. Tennessee, Michigan, Penn State, Georgia, USC, Oregon, Alabama, Texas A&M, Miami, LSU, Florida, Ole Miss, Indiana, and Georgia Tech all offered this kid for his services, and Clemson beat them out. I want to highlight a couple of them. Obviously, Indiana just won the national championship. Google them. Georgia Tech, Brent Key, the head coach there, is an offensive line guy, knows what he's looking at. Tennessee they took his left tackle when he played right tackle, David Sanders, so a former teammate. So you'd think he would go to a place like Tennessee in the SEC. Michigan, before everything happened with Sherman Moore, was high on almost every single offensive lineman's board. Penn State, it's Penn State. There's tradition. Yes, they had a bad year this year, but still a tough team to beat out. Obviously, Georgia, Oregon, Alabama, Texas A&M, Miami. When they're showing up to your door, this kid's a big-time athlete. So we're gonna jump into his film. Leo plays a little bit of offensive line and defensive line. When you're a freak athlete, a lot of times they don't want you to come off the field. So I'm assuming we're going to see some of that in this film. I've only seen his sophomore tape. I have not seen his senior and junior tape. So this is going to be the first time I watched this. So I'm excited to jump into it with you for the first time. Hope it's enjoyable. Let's get after it. All right. So got him here at left tackle. You can see he's a little bit taller than everybody else. The Lord is shining upon him. You see that ray of sunshine right on him. We got a pass play. It's a good set. He's got his head back. Bang. Okay. I like that move here. I like this move here. That's a savvy move. Good job, internet. Working at 1,000 light year speed. Okay. So a lot of times when someone wants to bull rush you and you lock arms, that defensive lineman is trying to get his eyes into the backfield. So he wants to create that separation. And Leo's like, I'm not going to let you have that separation. I'm going to break your wrists, not literally, but break your wrists, and you're going to go down. So the guy's using all of his force to push into Leo in order to keep that extension. He feels that. He breaks his wrists. The kid falls down. Ooh, see there? Great, savvy offensive lineman move. Also, Providence Day, home of Ike Mekwonu, first-round pick for the Carolina Panthers. So this place can produce some offensive linemen. Gordon Sellers, a teammate of his, wide receiver in this class. We're going to be doing his film sometime soon. All right, same game. All right, same play. It's just up close. So what he does, he's patient in his set. He's patient in this set here. So this might actually be a long episode since my Wi-Fi wants to be slower than frozen molasses. All right, double team action. Hey, you know what? You don't have to come off your block if you put your guy into the linebacker. Good reach block. I like how he's driving his feet. he's not a lazy blocker, and he's not someone who's just beating them because he's stronger. He's beating them because he's got great technique and great effort. So this play right here requires a lot of effort. He's got to get out to the wide 9, not quite a wide 9, maybe a 7, but he's got to get out to his outside shoulder. He works it. Hey, you know what? I'm not beating him. I'm not beating across his face. I'm just going to take him where he wants to go. And he keeps driving. They might call you for that for holding, but I like the effort, so I don't care. Again, another effort play, getting after him. He's not Grant Wise in the sense that he's going to get a pancake every single play. Obviously, on his highlight tape, you're going to see that. Okay, we're not going to rewind that one. I don't want you to have to watch an Adobe commercial. So we're going to jump over here to Roman Catholic High School. But he's not a Grant Wise in the sense that he's going to go out there and just maul everybody. That's not his game. His game is more athleticism and technique. And with his frame, that's what he's going to have to win with. And at tackle, you don't necessarily need someone to go out there and be a mauler. Kind of like the stereotypical left tackle. Stereotypically, you want your right tackle to be the big mauler who can run block, drop people down, etc. And then you have your left tackle who's the blindside guy. You want them to be your best pass blocker. Stereotypically, that's not necessarily where I think he'll play at Clemson. I think he might end up being the right tackle at Clemson, especially with Braden Jacobs being slated to play left tackle this year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't see Leo Delany playing this year, just FYI, but you never know. You never know. Patient, gets up to the next level. Great job. Hey, linebacker, let's keep your head out of the play, buddy. Heads up football. Let's not have a broken neck on film, please. My rewind skills are fleeky today. So he gets up to the next level. I don't like how he hops. I wish he didn't hop right here. And maybe I'm missing it when I look at it again. Yeah, he kind of hops and loads himself up. That's a wasted moment. You don't want him to get time to get in your chest. You don't need to load yourself up. Settle down, chop your feet rather than hopping, and then get him. It doesn't need to be a kill shot. Right? Because you see, he blocks that well, even with a little bit of the bad technique towards the end. And it ends up still not being a big game. So whether you go out there and kill him or you just make the block, make the seal, doesn't mean it's going to go work. So don't go out there and get blown up, because then if it does work and you didn't do your job because you got blown up, then now it's on you, right? Again, he's not beating him. He's not beating him to the outside. He's going to take him where he wants to go. So I wish I had a better angle on his feet. So I'd love to see the depth on his bucket step to get to the outside, or if he's even taking a bucket step. He might just be taking a flat step just to get out hard on that outside shoulder. But this is tough to see from this angle. Oh, we're back to watching him duck down. Okay, he's kind of chopping that. That looks like a base block. Okay, so that's not a reach block. His footwork tells me that's just a base block. So that's just, hey, put your head in his chest and kick him out. So that was actually a really good block. This is awesome. I'm not going to fight with Huddle all day. All right. I don't like how he's looking down, knowing where he's going. But, hey, you know what? If you're going to beat him like that, you can look at him all you want. Let him know you're there. Get off your toes. Get off your toes. Okay. Good stance. He's low. I want to see where his pad level is. Gallop step. Bang. Loads in. Drives him. I like that. When you first look at that, you think, hey, his pad level's high. But this is called a gallop step technique. So he's going to come up to dip down and get that shoulder under him to kind of lift him up to allow the block to move. Because when he's low, you're not going to. It's really difficult to move a low target back. But if you lift him up, takes him off balance, you're able to get him. Bang! And see, as soon as he lifts him up, they get the drive. Good job outside setting, not letting him beat you inside. The only place you don't want to get beat on this is in the inside. Okay, you can win outside or allow your quarterback to win outside, especially if you're at left tackle. If he beats you to outside, you would assume your quarterback can step up here. Okay, you do not want to get beat across your face inside. So he slow steps it to make sure that inside gap is protected. Boom, takes him, allows his quarterback to make a throw. Inside block. Oh, okay. He's sealing off the edge. Backside, excuse me, more like a waterfall technique. So he's dipping down to make sure that tackle's not coming, or the linebacker's not coming, excuse me. No gain. All right, this one's from his junior year. Oh, no, this is his sophomore year. We don't need to jump into it. Good gracious, he's a massive sophomore. This is junior year tape right here. So right tackle, that's David Sanders over here, the left tackle for Tennessee. Again, this is where I think he'll end up playing at Clemson anyway. Took his meat bucket off. I like it. Hey, that's good. He's even calling out the block to the running back. Watch his arm. This is a little subtle, but he's calling out the block to the running back. In this situation, it's a slide left. Okay, really? We're going to be like that today, huddle. So it's a slide left. Look how fast David Sanders has to get out here. 70 has to get out here to this left tackle. Okay. They're here. He's got to pick the inside guy. So watch. He's pointing to this running back. You've got the right guy off the end. I got to get the inside. Look at him. Point it out. Come back in. Get the inside guy. Running back does his job. Bang. Almost an interception. Come on, QB. All right, we're at defensive end now. Let's show off that athleticism a little bit. Great tackle. Goal line stand. Stop the tush push. I mean, why don't defenders just do the tush push? Do it the other way around. All right, some more junior tape. Looks like he's at left guard right here. So I like the versatility. I like that. He got beat right there. I don't know why that would be on your highlight tape. Left guard. So he's trying to reach to the outside. Lets him go. Hey, this should be the running back's highlight, not yours. I don't really think he won that rep. Good double team block. Okay. He didn't ride that one too long and get stuck in the trash. So even as a junior, he's playing good technique. So I got to watch this one again. Huddle likes it better when I hit -10 than they do when I click. All right, so he's here at left guard again. I guess Providence Day was like, hey, let's just put our two best guys right next to each other. Not a bad look. I don't like how he's turning his shoulders. Okay, keep your shoulders exposed so you can pick this guy up if he comes. If your shoulders are like that and he's blitzing, he's going to beat you. Okay, so get your shoulders square while you're helping. You don't need two hands in there. But he comes out square, which is fine. Bang. Makes the block. Get your hands back inside, please. All right. Again, like I said, this was going to be a shorter one. Leo Delany, offensive lineman for the 2026 class. And a big offensive line class, right? So one of the biggest qualms people are having right now at the transfer portals, we didn't go and pick up a bunch of offensive linemen. But when you had a class as big as this, in terms of who you picked up, so you think Leo Delany, Grant Wise, Chancellor Barclay, Brandon Wimes, just to name a few, Adam Guthrie. So you get those guys, a bunch of them coming in. Plus you have Braden Jacobs, Elijah Thurman, some younger guys coming up that way. Easton Ware, someone you think could play a lot of snaps this year. So I kind of understand why it's not happening. They're prioritizing. Dabo's going to prioritize high school recruiting. We know that about him. He has dipped his toe into the transfer portal this year, but he's still going to prioritize the high school recruiting. He's not going to change. Okay, so if he's got the opportunity to come in and get an offensive lineman, they had a couple guys they were targeting, they didn't want them. When you got guys like Leo Delany coming in who have such a high upside, it doesn't matter. I don't see him playing freshman year based off of what I'm seeing. I mean, he just needs to put some weight on. Maybe he does. And I would be shocked. And I'm not saying by any means he can't. I just don't think he will with what we have right now. If there's an opportunity, it is at right tackle. Because right now, right tackle is very, very, very up in the air. Braden Jacobs seems to have locked down that left tackle spot. I think he's better slated at left guard, but he looks like he's going to be playing some left tackle. And I think Braden Jacobs is going to continue to grow and be a better football player for us for years to come. But Leo Delany, one of the top offensive linemen in the country, great film review, for him. I like watching this film. I wish you would have had them all put together. That would have helped me out a little bit, especially with Dustin not being here. I don't have my support right here, so I'm having to jump around, and I'll have Dustin to help me out. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next one.